Good evening. Our top stories tonight. Federal government inaugurates 10-member committee to enforce Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. Nigerian Labour Congress accuses federal government of harassing labor leaders, threatens nationwide strike over alleged terrorism financing. Over 40,000 residents benefit from free medical care as Lagos State government rolls out second phase of Alafia Eko. Israeli Defense Forces retrieves 6 hostages' bodies from Gaza tunnels. Do join us shortly for more news. Many thanks for joining us. I am Joshua Murakinyo. Chairman of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria has called on member countries of the regional body to ratify and fully implement the ECOWAS Protocol against corruption. With commitment and intention, he urged ECOWAS member states to take action by implementing the anti-graft protocol, maintaining that the region's future hinges on its capacity to build governance structures that are not just transparent, accountable, and efficient, but also serves the interest of the people. The Nigerian leader, represented by his vice, Kashim Shettima, said this during the 6th Annual General Assembly of the Network of National Anti-Corruption Institutions in West Africa, held at the ECOWAS Secretariat in Abuja.
Confronting this challenge head-on with unwavering resolve and concerted actions. We have worked hard over the past year to strengthen all the anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria by not interfering in their activities and ensuring that they are adequately funded. We have also encouraged them to operate within the ambit of the law. This is a template which I recommend to other states within the region.
Effective use of technology and digital tools will assist anti-corruption operatives in the onerous task of taming this monster and dismantling the corruption networks. The sophisticated nature of corruption has assumed regionally and globally calls for innovation, strategizing the use of technology and digital devices in the implementation of the ECOWAS protocol to tackle the menace of corruption in our sub-region and in our individual countries.
Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugur, noted that there is an urgent need for regional and global cooperation in the battle against corruption, describing it as a cancer that threatens Africa's stability and development. Representative of the ECOWAS President, Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security, Abdel Fattah Musa, outlined the strides made by ECOWAS in collaboration with national anti-corruption agencies to include implementing policies that promote transparency and good governance. The federal government has concluded plans to eliminate wasteful spending during the forthcoming United Nations Conference on Climate Change, COP29, coming up between November 11 to 22 in Baku, Azerbaijan. Addressing State House correspondent Tuesday afternoon, Special Advisor on Media and Publicity and Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, Ajuri Ngelale, said following the outcry of Nigerians on the size of the country's delegations to COP23 in Dubai, President Bola Tinubu has ordered an elaborate audit of the overall number of sponsored delegates with a view to cutting down the cost of governance. Ngelale hinted that Mr. President had directed that only delegates with specific economic engagement will be captured in a designated portal for the forthcoming COP29 conference.
Nigerians would recall that as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the federal government of Nigeria's delegation to COP28 in Dubai, UAE, last year, there were some elements of outcry concerning the size of the delegation. There was some deliberate misinformation, but the truth of the matter is we also found that there were government officials who had no business at that meeting, and some with significant delegations. And in view of this, His Excellency President Bola Tinubu had approved an audit to be undertaken of that exercise to fully understand and ascertain what happened and what must be done to ensure that what happened never repeats itself in this country. And as a result of that, an exercise has been concluded detailing exactly what the expenditure profile was of COP28 with a view to ensuring that we implement measures that would ensure that whatever is spent ahead of COP29 has a function that will lead to the economic empowerment of our people and the economic development of our nation.
Also, ahead of the conference on climate change, the federal government is bent on collapsing all the country's major events at the conference in a way that there won't be any need for wasteful acquisition of showcase platforms, which cost about $500,000.
Ahead of COP29, we have resolved and concluded that there will be no showcase pavilion as part of the federal government of Nigeria's cost reduction efforts. We recognize that what can be achieved in a showcase pavilion can be achieved in a far more economically efficient mode by effectively utilizing the delegation office that is on site within the conference complex. And this we will do. We have found that by taking that option, the nearly $500,000 showcase pavilion that was purchased for last year's COP28 will no longer be an item of expenditure in COP29. In addition, the delegates' office that we will be using to conduct bilateral meetings and other meetings that otherwise would have been conducted in the showcase pavilion, we will be conducting in the delegates' office that will cost less than 10% of the cost of the showcase pavilion.
Meanwhile, the directive of President Tinubu is aimed at saving the country unnecessary expenses amounting to more than 11 billion naira. The federal government has inaugurated a 10-member committee to enforce the recent Supreme Court ruling that granted financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. On July 11, the Apex Court declared that it is unconstitutional for state governors to hold onto funds meant for local government administration. In a statement by the Director of Information and Public Relations in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Omohionse, Judge Akume would chair the committee. Other members are the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Member of Budget and Economic Planning, Accountant General of the Federation, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Finance, Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, representative of state governors, and representatives of local government. The statement adds that the committee's primary goal is to ensure that local governments are granted full autonomy, allowing them to function effectively without interference from state governments. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero has declined the Nigerian police request for interrogation today and instead scheduled an alternative date for Wednesday, August 29. Ajaero's lawyers, Falana and Falana Chambers, communicated this decision to the Inspector General of Police in a letter. This is as the leadership of the NLC accused the federal government of harassing its leaders and has put its members and affiliates on red alert, threatening a nationwide strike should the police detain its president, Joe Ajaero. The police had invited the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, for investigations over alleged financing, treasonable felony, cybercrime, and other related offences. The invitation is contained in a letter dated August 19th, 2024, and signed by ACP Adamu Musa on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence Response Team, stating that the office is investigating a case of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime in which you have been implicated. Let's bring it home now. In Lagos, over 40,000 residents have benefited free medical services as Lagos State Government holds the second phase of the free medical mission, Ilera Eko, at 12 locations across the state. Our health correspondent, Aminat Legushi, reports.
It is the second round of the Lagos State Government Free Medical Mission, Alafia Eko, happening in 12 locations across the 6 health districts of the state. Special Advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Health, Dr. Kemi Ogunyemi, alongside permanent secretaries across the districts, are here in Ikoyi Center to flag the return. Having monitored round the process, Dr. Ogunyemi assured Lagos residents that the state government will continuously prioritize the well-being of the people.
The first phase, we did 4 units. We're talking about 4
units per district.
Per district. So we were looking at 4,000 per district times 6, 24,000. And now we have 2 districts, the areas that we had not gone to in the 4 districts, and we're looking at almost the same, like 2,000 per district, to get to our targets. And I'm sure with the success of the first one and the success of this second one, we'll probably do another one as well.
This also creates an opportunity to get more people enrolled on the Ilera Eko scheme. And then at that point also, we're screening people. Those who are absolutely unable to afford to get on Ilera Eko will get on the EcoSha scheme, which is for indigents, where the state bears the cost of the insurance.
All the places they go, we do health education to remind them that they must follow up with our primary health centers. So all of us, the 6 permanent secretaries in the districts, we're making sure that we're having a healthy competition, healthy rivalry to ensure that we upgrade all our primary health centers so all the drugs are there for free.
The team also monitored activities at the Surulere Center, assuring the people of Governor Sanwo-Olu dividend of democracy.
This is the second phase. Everybody's happy that it has come again. We hope it will come again after we've looked at the data that we're collecting to see exactly what the people want.
So the governor has been really passionate about this. And you know, here they're taking care of 2 of the most basic needs of man, the need for food and the need for health. And I think that's been taken care of here.
For the health workers, they are very happy because we know that if the people in our community are healthy, they're able to contribute their bit to the growth of the locality.
The beneficiaries who enjoyed free blood sugar and blood pressure checks, treatment of minor ailments, free medications, HIV counseling and testing, health insurance registration, free eye checks and eyeglasses, health talks and counseling commended the initiative.
I have a malaria, so I come for it. So as it's there free, I like to come because it is free. Everything is cost now. Anywhere I see free something, I will go there so that I will help myself.
I come here to benefit from my health, my eyes challenge. I have a partial glaucoma, but they have given me space and some drugs for me to apply.
Surulere, we are really happy with the governor. One of the team agenda of the governor is health, and the governor has done so much in the health sector, and we believe that this is not going to be the last. We are still going to experience more.
Alafia Eko initiative is part of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration's Eko Cares package to alleviate the economic hardship faced by residents, which is specifically designed to address the rising cost of medications and health care services. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News.
Thank you, Amina. Let's take you to Ikorodu Division. Residents troop out to venues of the outreach aimed at lessening the burden of the economic hardship on residents. We're talking about the Alafia Eko here, medical outreach.
No fewer than 1,000 residents of Ikorodu and the environs have benefited from the Alafia Eko medical outreach, an initiative of the Lagos State government. Residents gather at the venues of the outreach. This, the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Health District 2, Dr. Dayo Lajide, described as a meaningful program to support and bring succor to residents of the area.
Great. It's been wonderful. And I'm going to start by thanking our governor, Mr. Selibu, Mr. Tokandu, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, for this great initiative under the Eco-Care program. So what we're doing is bringing healthcare into the community, closer to the grassroots, closer to the homes. Of course, at the same time, we're improving our PHCs and also educating people on how to better utilize our primary healthcare centers. But for this program, we have brought closer to them health consultations, eyeglasses, free laboratory checks, and all of that accessible to them. Free drugs as well.
Health services such as blood pressure and sugar checks, HIV counseling and testing, health insurance registration, free drugs, amongst others.
We have an equally large crowd out there, and people are being attended to. And the people are very much appreciative of this program. It will inform more people to come out, access care, and also make use of the primary health care centers. In Ikorodu North, we have 10. So that's more than enough for us to access.
The residents commend the government for the initiative of bringing healthcare services closer to the people at no cost.
Matter of fact, it has helped the community, indeed, especially the elderly ones, because our people around there, issue of health is very, very important. Majority of them that cannot afford taking glasses, this is a privilege that has come to them. They are able to access free glasses without any trouble. Some of them that are having issues like diabetes and some other illness that are hidden in their system, they have the access to see the doctor without any problem.
Governor and the Lagos State Healthcare Board looking into it at this is the best time to do this, because a lot of people don't have the rightful means, the resources to get treated, in as much as, even though they don't go for checkup, the people, when they are ill and they don't know that even at a particular time, even though you are well, you're supposed to go for checkup. So this is just an initiative that you can come and it is orderly.
Alafia Eco Medical Outreach under the Eco Cares initiative is one of the pillars of the Themes Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, conducted periodically to give back to the populace while enhancing their medical well-being. Adesegun Igop, LTV News.
As petrol scarcity bites harder across Nigeria, motorists in Lagos State are lamenting the untold hardship created by the scarce commodity. Our correspondent Adekola Hastrop reveals the harrowing experiences of innocent citizens, as some major and independent marketers had since closed their filling stations. His report.
These endless queues by motorists is just to get the scarce premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, which seems to be a recurring decimal in Nigeria's oil and gas trajectory. These e-hailing taxi operators lament the implications of the long queues that have resurfaced in Lagos, even as many filling stations remain closed with just a few dispensing fuel.
It's quite discomforting. And also the fact that you have to stay under this hot sun waiting for too long just to get fuel when it's not supposed to be this difficult to get fuel. And also the price is something else, you know. One of the reasons why we have so many people queued here is because this price is actually one of the lowest when it compared to all other filling stations. So look at the price difference. This is 568, others are 610. So who wouldn't want to come here?
I'm using it for hustling, you know. So imagine if I'm wasting all the time here right now. I'm supposed to be on the street to make money. And I'm wasting it looking for fuel. It doesn't pay.
I'm not feeling good now. Since 9 o'clock, I day here, the 5 way. Up to now, I never see. Since morning, I'm supposed to also get something to feed my family. And I still the 5 way. Not to say there's fuel. It costs. There's no fuel. Even fuel to get it, they're easy. Even black markets to buy it, we not see to buy.
It takes me more than 5 hours here before I buy 10,000 of fuel. I go to VI, come back, the fuel is finished. Now see, I'm back here. And I don't have money to buy more.
They want a lasting solution to this menace which cripples socio-economic activities.
After all, you said there is no more fuel subsidy, and it's still scarce. So even if you remove the fuel subsidy and you give us the fuel, we are buying it at that rate, and it's available, we will be fine with it.
So we are pleading to the government just to help us so that the thing can convenient for the citizens of this country. You can see how people kill here and there just to buy what we have in this country. It's not convenient for us at all.
I think the government should look into it. Let it be available. Even if it is costly, we're still going to buy, we manage, you know. But you have to pay with a very, you know, with your earned money, and you still have to suffer to get it.
I feel there's like a whole lot government needs to work on. It's not just fuel, because it's one thing affecting the other thing and the rest of it.
Although the federal government has announced the sale of crude oil to the Dangote refinery in Naira, which is expected to ease the rising cost of living, Nigerians are, however, apprehensive of a final end to the crisis, even as the Port Harcourt and Kaduna refineries are expected to be operational before the end of the year.
Still ahead. Traditionalists celebrate Isheshe Day with calls for continuous peaceful coexistence in Lagos. That's in a moment. Just with us.
Soar beyond boundaries and reach communities. The largest gathering of women changing history. It's the 2024 National Women's Conference, organized by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, with the theme Soar Beyond Boundaries and Reach Communities. Starting from Tuesday 10 September to Wednesday 11 September 2024 at the Convention Center, Eko Hotel and Suite Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 9 a.m. daily. Renowned speakers will include Dr. Oluwatoni Adeyemi, Mrs. Temitope Okunu, Professor Rotimi Koka, and Honorable Mrs. Opeyemi Akindele, among others, who will be sharing the wealth of experience on various topics on how to prevent and manage communicable diseases, transformative social welfare, and boy-child development, among others. Special guest of honor, opening ceremony, His Excellency Governor Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State. Special guest for the closing ceremony, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. And special guest gracing the gala night, His Excellency Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State. Yes, there will be a gala night with mouth-watering prizes to be won. Conference fee is 120,000 naira for physical participants and 30,000 naira for virtual attendees. Physical stores are available. Come join us at the 2024 National Women's Conference as we inspire, empower, and soar beyond boundaries together. For more information, please visit our website www.calso2024nwc.org. Announcer, Chairman CALSO, Convener NWC, Dr. Mrs. Claudiana Sanwo-Olu, Vice Chairman CALSO and Co-Convener NWC, Chief Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, Chairperson of the 2024 NWC, Professor Olufunke Adeyeyi.
Glad to have you back. As part of activities slated to celebrate the International Youth Day, the Lagos State Youth Parliament has held a special plenary session at the Lagos State House of Assembly. It is the second sitting since the inauguration of the 5th Lagos State Youth Parliament. Olatunde Yusuf has more.
We need to look into it, to look at the strategies that we can use to help our young people in Lagos.
Presided over by the Speaker of the 5th Youth Parliament, Right Honourable Maria Ashoni-Regun, it is another opportunity for representatives of the youth in all the 40 constituencies in the state to bring to the fore salient issues affecting youth in the state. Raised on that matter of public importance, the Parliament noted issues on dangers of drug abuse, mental health, street trading among youth and children in the state.
We have people who are using drugs that is worth 2 million naira, that is worth 200,000 naira. We've heard of how people smuggle cocaine and other illicit drugs into the country, into the state. And I think that outside just focusing, while I also support that just empowerment job opportunities for the youth who do not have, because people who don't have job, maybe after service, they don't have job, they tend to think I want to follow back
There is no part in Lagos State that you don't find these young boys and girls moving around the street of Lagos begging. When you go to the mall, you see them. When you step out of your car, you see these boys and girls. And it's becoming something that we need to tackle at the house of this law. Because I am aware that as young people, we should move away from the point of speaking English, and English. But we should go to the streets and find a lasting solution to these young boys and girls.
Constituting different committees and assenting to different motions and ideas. The Speaker, Maria Ashoni-Regun, speaks on the process of implementation of issues discussed.
We are going to take necessary visitation to the stakeholders that we have in Lagos State. With their support, we believe that we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. Of course, the Chairman Committee on Youth at Lagos State House of Assembly is also fully with us, is always ready to support us in any way. So if there is need for whatever we discuss here to be passed through the Lagos State House of Assembly, it is going to be passed through him, and we are very certain that it will be looked into.
Also attending the session was the Lagos State House of Assembly Committee Chairman on Youth and Social Development, Honorable Abiodun Orekoya, who used the opportunity to educate on process of proper legislation. Olatunde Yusuf, LTV News.
Now, the National Assembly has initiated a 4-day capacity building program aimed at enhancing the skills and capabilities of its staff, reinforcing their crucial role in Nigeria's legislative process. Clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Tambawa, acknowledged the critical role that staff play in ensuring the smooth functioning of the Assembly, while also stressing the importance of the Assembly as a pillar of Nigeria's evolving democracy.
We began in 2023 training series, which resulted in successful training of over 3,000 staff in various grade levels. It is therefore my pleasure to stand before you today as we embark on this historic 4-day capacity building program dedicated for fostering reorientation for improved productivity and effective service delivery in the National Assembly.
In these times of change and challenges, it is more important than ever before that we redouble our efforts to deliver the highest standard of service and support to the members of the National Assembly.
On behalf of the Executive Chairman of the National Assembly Service Commission, Ahmed Amshi, the Commissioner for the Southwest Zone, Hakeem Akamo, reiterated the importance of staff in supporting the Assembly's members. The 4-day program is expected to provide participants with the necessary skills and knowledge to enhance their performance in supporting the legislative duties of the National Assembly. The ongoing Nigerian military operation, codenamed Delta Safe in the south region of the country, has rejigged the war against economic saboteurs as the theft of over 900 million naira worth of crude oil products were aborted in the last 1 week. Director Defense Media Operations Major General Edward Buba, who revealed this while briefing newsmen in Abuja, says the sustained momentum of the Nigerian military led to an increase in the nation's crude oil daily production. He added that within the period under review, troops of the armed forces of Nigeria also arrested 23 perpetrators of crude oil theft, discovered and destroyed 15 dugout pits and 78 illegal refining sites. General Buba further reiterated the unwavering commitment of the Nigerian military of not resting on its oars until the quotas of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries is met and exceeded in line with the directive of President Bola Tinubu. Meanwhile, the Armed Forces High Command further disclosed that Nigerian troops neutralized 147 enemies of the state and arrested over 30 others in 1 week across its theaters of operation in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum and Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has congratulated Yoruba on the Ìṣẹ̀ṣe Day being celebrated across the 6 Southwest states. Governor Sanwo-Olu commended the people of the Southwest, particularly traditional rulers and worshippers, for sustaining and preserving the cultural heritage of the Yoruba people. Sanwo-Olu said, although the world has become a global village with an attendant result in multiculturalism, the Yoruba people have unique culture and traditions that must be preserved for the future generations. He, however, charged them to use the occasion of today's celebrations to remind themselves of the importance of the Yoruba Omoluabi ethos, which include tolerance, hospitality, and peaceful coexistence, noting that these must continue to be the hallmark of the Yoruba people. Let's take you to Lagos Island, where traditional worshippers have asked all residents, irrespective of religion and tribe, to continue to pray for peace, unity, and stability in the state and the country. They were speaking at different areas in the division to celebrate Isheshe Day. From the Isaleko area to Elegushi, Kate, Oniru, and other areas of the division, the traditionalists offer prayers, dance, and sacrifices.
With prayers, dedication, and patience, all will be well. We should not indulge in raining abuses or curses on our leaders. We should pray for them.
They also commend the Lagos State government for declaring the day a work-free day and supporting its celebrations through the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture.
If you look at yesterday, you know it has been almost 3 or 4 weeks now that we see it, something like rain. But yesterday, there are some places that rain fell. Even in Shasha here, we see the impact. By tomorrow now, you see what is going to happen. That is to tell you that, yes, this is the main thing that we're supposed to abide with. This is what we met from our forefathers.
The Lagos State government, under the leadership of Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu and his team with the legislators, they declared today, August 20th, as a public holiday, work-free day for us to promote our culture and tradition in recognition of the effort of the traditional institutions. So on behalf of the traditional institutions in Lagos and Lagos, we must again say thank you to the
Isheshe Day celebration is a day set aside to appreciate the rich cultural heritage and traditions of the Yoruba people. Traditional religion worshippers are calling for enviable level of religion's cohesion and harmony even in the face of diversity. At the Traditional Religion Day Festival in Ikorodu, the devotees commend the government for giving recognition to the special day. Ikorodu Bureau Chief Adesegun Igop reports.
Following the United Nations declaration of 20th August as World Traditional Religion Day, several activities are observed to give a sense of belonging to adherents of traditional religions. In Ikorodu, traditionalists gather at the palace of the Anyagure of Ikorodu, Oba Adewale Shotobi, to celebrate their deities and pay homage to the monarch.
Ikorodu believe in tradition, our culture and our heritage. We are always protecting it. And that is why we are celebrating it today. As you can see, the large crowd, all the traditional inputs that makes what is called the Ibile art trend of Nigeria, they were all here. So I will continue to support them.
States, including Lagos, declared the day as work-free day to show commitment and support for traditional institutions, as well as enhance the preservation of cultural heritage.
A message to tradition is for them to abide with the rules and regulations of Lagos State. The way we have made our feelings known to the government, for them to have given us the holiday today. So let us be patient with the government. They will do more for us. They are going to recognize more. They are going to take active participation in celebrating today, and so shall it be.
It is our root, which we must not forget. The problem with our society today is that we've almost lost the whole tradition we have. Westernism or Western culture has totally, almost totally, if not totally, eroded our culture. And that is why we have various happenings, things becoming unbecoming, and the other way around.
Prayers, dance, and sacrifices are made with a display of culture and spirituality, amongst other traditional religious activities.
Our society is a polarized one. It is wrong to always believe that if you are not a Christian, you must be a Muslim. There are other religions, which is the tradition, the African traditional belief, which emanates and covers the whole facet of Africa and the world over. So we all cannot be Christian or all a Muslim. There is traditional religion.
The traditional worshippers were urged to celebrate in moderation and respect the rights of other religions during the festive period. Adeshegun Igor, LTV News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Lagos Television News at 8. Coming up. Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and United States African Development Foundation renew Memorandum of Understanding in Employability Program. That's in business news. Join us again.
On Business News tonight, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it has reported a significant increase in remittance inflows reaching $553 million in July 2024, a 130% increase from the corresponding period in 2023. The Apex Bank's Acting Director, Corporate Communications, Akamali, says the figures represented the highest monthly total inflows on record and reflect ongoing efforts by the CBN to enhance liquidity in Nigeria's foreign exchange market. The substantial growth in remittance receipts was attributed attributable to policy measures introduced by the CBN to enhance liquidity in Nigeria's foreign exchange market. These measures included granting licenses to new international money transfer operators, implementing a willing buyer, willing seller model, and enabling timely access to naira liquidity for IMTOs. Diaspora remittances are a crucial source of foreign exchange for Nigeria, supplementing both foreign direct investment and portfolio investments. The Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, LSCTF, has signed a renewed Memorandum of Understanding with the United States African Development Foundation to increase youth employment in Nigeria through financial investment, job training, and entrepreneurship opportunities. The historic signing held at the LSCTF office in Lagos is the first time the USADF is renewing partnership with any organization in its 23 years of existence. The first MOU was signed in Washington, D.C. in 2019 and has been able to train over 10,000 young people.
We have successfully trained over 10,500 young Lagosians in various skills, with over 7,000 securing employment or starting their own businesses. And this measure is a really key one for us, with 7,000 out of 10,500. We've charged ourselves this year that as we're going forward, we make sure that as we are training people, we actually ensure we get an opportunity for them to be gainfully employed.
The sectors that we have impacted includes construction, business support, hospitality and tourism services, renewable energy, and health and beauty. These are not just economic avenues. They are pathways to sustainable development and social progress. Each sector represents a unique opportunity for innovation.
For us, if our people do not have the resources that we are charged to give them, and if they don't get the opportunities that we are responsible for providing, then in my mind, none of us have done our job.
Yeah.
And we all are committed to doing that job. And so that is one of the other things that bonds us together in the time that we have in this life.
Excited about what the USADF LSCTF Employability Program has achieved, the two agencies hope this renewed partnership will help transform lives of more Lagos residents.
Sometimes numbers can be misleading, right? Maybe it's a smaller number of people, but we do more for them. Or maybe it's an equal number of people that we do more for. And so time and resources will tell ultimately what that measure ends up being. But the one thing that's not in doubt is our commitment to one another.
It's not just about we giving them the support, the money, but putting them through a process where they will learn and they will know how to become successful. So Ministry of Work Creation and Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is not just about giving them money, but to make sure that they get the skill, the soft skill, to empower them and make them become wealthy in whatever field they find themselves.
The LSCTF USADF Employability Program is expected to further address youth unemployment, prioritize entrepreneurship, job creation and placement, and income generation. And that is on Business News Tonight. Now I'll leave you with graphic details of trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Organizers of the Made in Ajegunle City Youth Marathon have fixed November 30th as date for the race that will attract over 1,000 runners. At a press conference to herald the 10-kilometer race, project leader of the race, who doubles as the Youth Secretary, National Youth Council of Nigeria at Jerome Ifelodun local government area, Isaac Moses, explains that the race will begin with the corporate race on November 23rd, while the main race takes place on November 30th. He adds that the marathon would begin at Maracana Stadium and terminate at the sports ground of the Nigerian Army Signal Barracks.
There's a lot happening in sports in this local government, but it's not everybody that can play football or play basketball or table tennis, but the marathon gives opportunity for both the active participants who are the runners including the passive participant, the onlookers. Every 2 kilometer distance covered of the marathon, we'll be having a lot of health service delivery. That's some form of health integration to help young people improve their health-seeking behavior and also take their health seriously while also trying to drive fitness.
It's a strategy to actually bring people together, to actually build them trust, fitness, and also peace. So it's actually a free age thing whereby everyone is actually invited to actually participate, from secondary school students to out of school youths. But our we have various what's it called sections for it. We have the free age. We have the ones for those that are on a wheelchair.
The 2.5-kilometer corporate VIP race will be flagged off by the chairman of Ifolodu Local Council Development Area, Femi Okeowo, with the chairman of Ajeromi Ifolodu Local Government Area, Fatai Ayola, receiving them at the council headquarters. They will also be raced for special athletes. The Lagos State Sports Commission will provide technical oversight, while the military, police, Federal Road Safety Commission, and other paramilitary organizations will provide security on the race day.
In terms of football, to music, movies as well, we choose not to go into football as well. The marathon, it's what is also trending in world of sports now, because we have more athletes in the world right now to showcase, to bring more of our youth to showcase their talent.
If we cannot engage the youth at this point in time, it's going to be very disastrous for the community and Lagos at large. So we're using this platform to see how we can engage the youth and try to discover talent in the marathon. Those that love marathon or those that love racing, we're going to discover talent and harness the talent to prepare them for bigger platforms like Lagos City Marathon and some other international marathons all over the world.
Registration is already ongoing both online and offline. Raffle tickets will be sold at affordable prices as a way of raising money, while prizes such as plasma televisions, generators, and other fantastic prizes will be won through the raffle draw. The race, which will involve about 20 million prize money, will see the winners of both male and female categories, including the physically challenged persons, going home with the sum of 300,000 naira, while the first and second runners-up in all categories will get 200,000 naira and 100,000 naira with other consolation prizes. World number 1 Jannik Sinner beat Francis Tiafoe in straight set in the Cincinnati Open final to claim his 5th title of the season. The 23-year-old Italian, who has been struggling with a hip problem, won 7-6, 7-4, 6-2. After securing the first set on a tiebreak, top seed Sinner wrapped up his latest trophy in 1 hour and 37 minutes. Sinner is the youngest men's champion in Cincinnati since Britain's Andy Murray won the tournament in 2008 at the age of 21. Sinner started the year by securing his maiden Grand Slam title at the Australian Open in January. He then followed his Melbourne success with final victories in Rotterdam, Miami, and Halle. After his triumph in Ohio on Monday, Sinner turns his attention to the US Open, the final Grand Slam of the year, which starts on Monday at Flushing Meadows. Finally, Wolves have made an offer to sign Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale on a season-long loan deal. The bid, which was submitted on Monday, includes an option to make the move permanent in 2025. Ramsdale, the 26-year-old, lost his Arsenal place in 2023 following the arrival of David Raya on loan from Brentford. The Gunners have since signed the Spaniard on a permanent basis. Despite making just 11 appearances last season, Ramsdale still made England's Euro 2024 squad. But after joining the Gunners from Sheffield United in a £24 million move in 2021 and having 2 years to run on his deal, he wants to play first-team football. Ramsdale was an unused substitute as Arsenal opened their Premier League campaign with a 2-0 win against Wolves on Saturday.
Glad to have you back. Israel's military says the bodies of 6 hostages being held by Hamas have been retrieved from an underground tunnel route inside the Gaza Strip. Israel Defense Forces said the bodies of Yagev Bochtab, Alexander Danzig, Avraham Monda, Yoram Metzger, Chaim Perry, and British-Israeli Nadav Popplewell were recovered from the Khan Yunis area on Monday. The overnight recovery operation was carried out by the IDF alongside the security agency Shin Bet. During the operation, the IDF said its forces located a 10-millimeter deep tunnel shaft which led to an underground tunnel route inside which the bodies were found. They were retrieved after prolonged combat in a built-up area and in multi-story buildings. The 6 men were all kidnapped from Kibbutz Nir Oz and Kibbutz Nirim near Israel's border fence with Gaza during Hamas attack on southern Israel on 7th October. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Just before we go, a quick look at our major stories. Federal government has inaugurated a 10-member committee to enforce Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. Nigeria Labour Congress has accused federal government of harassing labor leaders, threatens nationwide strike over alleged terrorism finances. Over 40,000 residents have benefited from the free medical care as Lagos State government rolled out second phase of Alafia Eco. Israeli Defense Forces have retrieved 6 hostages' bodies held by Hamas Gaza tunnels. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms.